What is up, my brothers and sisters? Um, so all these people were talking about how they're controlling the weather and manipulating the weather, and that they made tropical storm Alberto hit Mexico. Well, if that's the case, like, wouldn't that be helping us and not like hurting us? Because that would like stop the border traffic for a little while because like of all the flooding. So in all, well, they're not trying to kill us. It seems like they're trying to help us because they're stopping the border. Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh no, it's gonna flood." They're like, "Well, we better get the hell out of here, right?" So there's like, meanwhile, no one at the border, right? Yeah, because Alberto was coming, right? So like, then they helped us. Like, I don't understand. So was it because of the Russians or because of well, the Mexicans? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't like they slowed down the border, but they did not slow down the Russians because they're still there in Cuba. Yeah, because everybody was like, they created this storm because of the Russians to stop the Russians, right? I was like, first of all, the Russians are already there, right? Like, first of all, the Russians are already there. Second of all, the Russians are already here. So, right? Because that's what everybody's been talking about, right? They're like, oh, the Chinese and the Russians are getting in through the border. And it's like, well, they don't need a hurricane to stop all that because they're already here. You know what I mean? So, like, that makes no sense whatsoever. And then at that, it's like New Mexico is having these wildfires, and it's just funny because I'm hearing all these people like, doesn't it look like the remnants of Hawaii and Canada? And I'm like, well, yeah, it caught on fire and it looks like ashes. Everything's burnt. That's usually what happens in fires. You know what I mean? I'm like, what do you mean? Unless you're referring to the blue things that, like the blue umbrellas and the blue cars and all the blue houses. Well, apparently these fires have no prejudice against any colors. So they take all, it burns all colors on the color spectrum. So when it comes to these fires burning everything in sight, that's exactly what they did. They held no prejudice or bias towards any colors of any, they burnt green, brown, white, blue, red, everything got burnt. you know, so unless they're referring to the lasers that came down, because those lasers ain't human made. They're no. The lasers and the electricity and the plasma that's shooting down from the sky is not coming from man. So if that's what you're referring to, like, there's no evidence of such thing. And and then the evidence that we do have of the creator using this fire from the sky, well, everybody's like, oh, that was man doing it, right? And then at that, it's like, well, if they were making these hurricanes to, like, I don't know, screw us. It's like, well, they screwed their own military over there when they were like, hey, guys, you need to stop that hurricane because it's going to bring rain on these fires. Yeah. No, all that sounds stupid, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, that's about how stupid, like, all those conspiracy theories sound. So, yeah.